Welcome back to part 2 of Banquet for Fools, Early Access 5.1. Good morning or evening wherever you are. Just as a quick recap, we have done our due diligence as guards. We've made the rounds around the porton. We've respected the gods. We've healed some of the sick here who were touched by nearby ghosts. I'll get into the specifics of that later. We may have stolen a fellow guard's key. And what else have we done? Well, we spent one day getting ourselves ready for a much larger adventure towards Din Varens. That's the ultimate goal. But we're not going to get there in one piece unless we take our time and make sure that we're ready. Make sure that we're stronger, that our gear is stronger, that we're more experienced in general. And the best way to improve our gear is to have money to spend. Now let's see if theft still works as the way I think it does. Yep. If you have a key that belongs to a chest, regardless if it belongs to you or not, if you're seen just casually opening it, the usual way, no one's gonna bat an eye. However, if I were to accidentally open Aizla's chest here, this entire barracks will wake up and start pummeling me, which is the proper reaction, to be fair. Now, it is 6 in the morning. We have done a lot of good work yesterday, and it's time to reap some of the benefits. First things first, we check the forfeits board. We managed to pick up 3 so-called adventurers the other day, planning to rob the nearby Lacovinian tombs, so we put them in their place. They are now on Exile Island, safe and sound, and we have just made 90 emeralds off of upholding the law. Now I'm going to break down some of these gems so we have more minerals to spend. As a quick reminder, minerals, which are taken from broken down gems using the mortal and pestle, are the currency required to craft new spells. And you will always want to be crafting new spells. They will always be more powerful than the ones you start off with. And you need to consider your higher spellcasting ability. You should be pushing the envelope when it comes to getting new spells. In this case, we're going to look into Fragrance Spore. If you stuck around long enough or watched the end of the last video, I had put together an extremely powerful mold field spell, pretty much pushing it to the boundaries of its duration and some of its radius while still maintaining a 1-point spirit cost, which means with a full spirit bar I could cast this thing 3 times. For 30 seconds, it will create an entire field of mold and mud that can slow down practically any army I come across. Large, small, voling or not, they will succumb. Now the same thing goes for Fragrance Spore, although it works slightly differently. Fragrance Spore is a psychedelic cloud. You basically drop it on top of an enemy caster or other unfriendlies, and you watch them sit around looking off into space. They won't respond to attacks, and they'll be easy to pick off, provided they're affected by the spell at all, which is why we're pushing overpower to 10. So 15 seconds of confusion, but in a very small radius. Normally I would say push the radius to its maximum, but there is something to consider, and that we don't want to stray into the cloud ourselves, because we will be just as confused as the people who are already in it. Anyway, I can't push the radius any higher than this. without making the spell prohibitively expensive to cast. And the whole point of me making the spells, is to have abilities that I can drop at a moment's notice. To give us a little breathing room and a tactical edge. Alright, let's continue. Oh, welcome, Shannara. I'm glad you can join this one. Let's see, what am I missing out on? Alright, we can sell this. And we are overstocked with food, which is the way I always want to be. Yes, yes, fresh wares. Don't need to know how fresh your charm bells and bedrolls are. Which, now that I brought it up, would actually be an excellent purchase. Shannara, feel free to call me out if the audio sounds odd or staticky. I ran into a problem last time I recorded. Alright, how are our weapons doing? I have a brand new two-handed scepter, but we could do a little better with everything else. What do we have to work with? Grenadier's leaf blade, Grenadier's giant edge. That's a good pick. Could use a new spear. And now we can't afford the serpent bow, but that's fine. Thanks. I'm a little paranoid after last time. Alright, we're all set on armaments. Unfortunately, I just dropped the enchanted sword. Oh, now we have to start from square one on intercessions for Ursula. But that's my fault. What I should have done was spend money on some enchanted jewelry instead. So, now it's time to pay a visit to one of the gods. Our patron deity, Sela, goddess of the sun.
I know you.
Here's us, begging for boons from a talking statue. I'd rather get 2 points on that strength increase, but light source is as good as anything. On the other hand, can I afford Sunstroke? This is the one that extends hit recovery by 1 second for anyone who's already been knocked down. It's perfect. There's a quick tip. Talk to the chanter for a free incest lamp. Again, these are good for warding away ghosts. In fact, that's their only purpose. But once you see the swarm size of the ghosts I'm talking about, you'll know why these are so precious.
Okay.
Like I said in the last stream, every guard should have 2 of these incense globes. One for getting into a bad situation, one for getting out. Alright, that's enough drudgery. We're moving out. Time to test out our new magic. Or haven't we been? One of the tertiary duties of being a guard is making sure that this land is safe. Not for ourselves, and at least the tillers. And if we happen to find some treasures along the way, so be it. Now the reason... Uh-oh. Hang on. Attracted some unwanted attention. But it's good, they're on the other side of the hill. Maybe they'll meet us down here in this open field. Here we go. Careful. As I was saying, the reason that path was revealed is because Faye is an accomplished thief. She has a high sensory ability, and she notices details that the rest of these guards would otherwise miss. We're about to head into a big fight, so I want to be prepared. Now, when it comes to this formation screen, you get 3 level ups for free. I immediately put those points into kick, dodge, and rally, but there are so many other abilities on here. It's easy to get lost. What you should probably want to concentrate on doing first is unlocking all of the basic abilities. That includes dodge, rally, charge, kick, pin, and revive. These are all fairly cheap to access. You just fill in the nodes on the way there. If you've ever played Path of Exile, you'll feel right at home. And if you have the experience points to bridge the gaps between anything you want or need, you may as well fill them in. The stamina bars, very useful. Stamina discounts, useful. Party move speed, all of it is useful up front. So there's no wrong choice. You can save up on experience, or you can throw it all down. Ooh. For those of you paying attention, you just saw Renata fly across the field. That was the charge technique. The AI is actually very good at using dodge and charge. If you saw those sparks come off of one of the shroomers, that was Ursula's intercession kicking off. And that was a rally attack. I wasted it on a already wounded shroomer, but I really wanted to watch the animation. This is the mold field. We gotta be careful not to step in it ourselves. I'm starting to wonder, maybe I should have made the duration, or the field size, smaller. Time was, there was no friendly fire when it came to spells, so my usual tactic was to actually get into a fight and then drop a mold field spell right underneath myself. If you're seeing the multicolored cloud back there, that's the fragrance spore. It's a little dangerous to get inside. But we can strike these morons from outside. Oh. You can see Ursula crossing her blade right in front of herself. That is the dodge technique, or the parrying technique. It'll raise her evasion, and some of her defense, I think. Good gold shroomer kill. Alright, like in last stream, I mentioned... if you're seeing these fairies here, it's important to remember what words they're spouting off to no one in particular. It's part of a secret you can figure out later on. Just keep an eye out for them while you're playing the game. Now, as I said before, there are always pests and vermin everywhere on each map. Crop goblins, shroomers, greva, demi-greva, and they all have one thing in common. They like to sometimes gather up shiny things and keep them underground. It's pretty wasteful, but it presents an opportunity for us. Sound of me stepping into my own spell. Sometimes you'll see these guys scamper away to heal themselves. That is the best time to line them up and hit them with a charge attack. Leveling up, make sure to spend your points on things that you actually have bonuses in. Right now we have bonuses in Spore spells, Scepters, and Vine spells. Already +3 in intercessions. That's because the intercession check is being rolled every time Ursula knocks someone over with her greatsword. More practice, more points. Now normally I would say put more points into the things that Ursula is already specializing in. But in this case, I want to get her agility up so she has better evasion capabilities and she can recover from her attacks a lot faster. Each individual point is not very potent on its own, but these bonuses stack up over time. So it's wise to remember what you're building toward. What do you want this character to do? What do they need to do in any given situation? Bow, lockpicking, bartering. I am going to have to rethink how I craft spells. I'm making huge crowd control fields that I keep getting caught up in. Back into the cloud with you. Back up, back up. Well, that health orb just flew right out of the map. Not very useful for us. Usually the AI is a little smarter than this. I'd completely forgotten about one of the basic skills, or abilities, and that is Form Up. It actually might help us a lot here. Now, what Form Up does is creates a field of control. Your guards will assemble inside of it and try to defend it with their lives. Later on, you can improve the field by giving it bonuses that stack depending on how many of your guards are inside of it. One thing you can see here is that your enemy shroomers have something similar. They stay inside their field, and they get little bonuses of their own. You'll notice I'm not spamming the rally attack. That's because the scepter rally attack has bonuses that cut right through armor, and I'm gonna need it pretty soon. And there's why. You can see the shield around this little gold shroomer. That's about to go away. So this disgusting thing behind me is a shroomer heart. I believe it's called. No, it's just called a growth. Either way, it's gotta go. Kill the heart. And we can free up some space underground. And maybe, hopefully, this will curtail any more Schumer growths. They're getting past the field. That's not good. For something new. And I've caught everyone inside my spell. Magic is a dangerous and powerful thing. Learn from my mistakes. Well, fewer treasures than I would have liked. But this is the job. We're not here just to make ourselves rich. We're here to make this land safe. Being rich would help. Don't go in the cloud. He went in the cloud. I am loving the new guard commentary. Oh, interesting. This is no longer a regular cave. Oh. Find where you step. And I am out of spirit. That's why every caster needs a weapon of some sort. We need ways to provide for the rest of the group, even when we can't use our magic. Also something to consider. Every time you strike an enemy, you have a small chance of creating a health or spirit globe. If I can't fight, then there's no globes to go around. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Bandit activity. This is the time to remember that there is a capturing stance and a killing stance. When we catch up with those guys, we're gonna need to take them alive. Because I'm not leaving that payday on the table. Great. There's something here. Something beeping. Usually that's just the sound of a spell or other effect dissipating. But it's also an indication that there might just be something dangerous or useful nearby. Either way, it's not important to what we're doing here. There's bandits inside the tomb. We're gonna need to take care of them. And this is most likely the tomb that Valentina, our local witch, sent us to investigate. That's a quest I picked up in the last stream. So it pays to be prepared. Hmm. 30 seconds of impassable terrain might not have been a great idea. Here's a cool little tip. When enemies create those little fields that they can stand in for buffs, if you manage to push them all out of said field, it'll actually give them a debuff instead. Uh-oh. shroomers create little fields of mushrooms. Not dangerous on their own, but they try to lock you in with them. And since they're armored, they're particularly hard to slow down and kill. There's a bug here. I'm attacking a interactable that actually closes the form up field. It only becomes an issue when you're using a controller, though. Oh, God. Well, these are the ghosts. And if we're going to be fighting ghosts, we absolutely need incense. They'll keep their distance. Oh, we're running out of arrows. And that'll buy us some time to get away. The real problem with these things is that they don't die. And they will continue to be summoned and resummoned as long as there's a gravekeeper here. And there he is, our Anubis-y looking friend. Ow. They're heavily armored, they have high health, and very powerful attacks. But they have a fairly predictable attack pattern. Great. There we go. They won't stay dead for long. They're not quite alive to begin with. Now, if I can lead these guys into the mold field, they'll all die from chip damage. This is an issue though. We are underpowered and under-equipped, so we may have to retreat for now, but not before unequipping all of these globes. So the problem with the globes is that they don't last forever. In fact, they have a finite lifetime, about 1 hour of constant use. This one even has 49 minutes left. Yeah, 1.4 hours each. They're not exactly expensive, but it's hard to stock up on them, or at least annoying. So it makes sense to put them away as often as possible. Now we're going to do a bit of scavenging. If you are ever in a situation where you're running out of arrows, all you really need are sticks, scales, nails, and fangs. And you can get most of these off of any shroomer or animal out in the wilderness. Open up your field kit. Use a supply. And each one should create 4 arrows. So a stack of 3 is now a stack of 12. Fangs are especially useful because they have the potential to break through armor, whereas most arrows do not. One's made from scales or nails, or bought from a local vendor. So dungeon delving in this game is a fairly grueling process, especially when you discover the dungeon by accident. So this whole area is riddled with tunnels, but we're never far from an entrance to the surface. Uh-oh. Take note of these green swirls coming straight into Sven's head. We're in a fungal forest, which has a deep attachment to Vol. Oh. If you're in a fungal forest, you'll regenerate spirits at a rapid pace, which allows you to freely cast spells like so. Oh, these things. Yes, I know they look pretty. They're dryads. They're nice in the way that a sociopath can be nice to you. They don't care about the same things we do. And life and death for them don't appear to be very different in their eyes. It's not to say you should be afraid of the dryads, or not talk to them. This one in particular will set you up with the frog game. It's just a simple game of keep away. Don't touch the frogs. Try to get a high score. Whoa. Oh. What? Oh. A green frog came up from the bottom of the screen. Very nice. Now, you can absolutely screw up this game and still get 10 berries, which heal about 12 hit points each. Doesn't seem like much, but in a game where you have 50 at maximum, it stacks up pretty quickly. We'll try this one more time. I do wonder if I could cast Mold Field directly into this arena, and if it would slow the frog downs any. But that would be cheating. Oh, great. Never mind, cheating it is. First, let's save in case this ends up being some sort of crime. So we place this here. As long as I don't fall in the mold field, this should work. Even the hopping frogs are stuck. Oh, not that one. Oh, I don't have the stamina for this. Oh, this is it for me. I think I have royally broken this game by using mold field in such a way. Give me that treasure. I earned it, quote unquote. Alright, that's enough fooling around. We have a job to do. Can't be playing with the dryads all day. Although, we should talk to everyone here. I don't want to break my personal rule. If they're friendly NPCs, we should talk to them, because you never know what you'll get. I just got a flawed citrine and 10 berries at least just from playing that game. Vale is there on your hill. Do you know her? No idea. Don't think so. She is a witch. Oh, Valentina. We spoke with her, but did not see anyone else in her house. She's not come to visit us. It is a sorrow. Well, we should be friendly with these creatures. We have no idea what they could do to us if we're not. Of course, our religious team member doesn't see any problems with the dryads being in the light of Sela the sun. But the creatures of old do not trust the gods. And to a certain extent, neither do I. Alright. Deliver a seed to Valentina. Well, we didn't get the rubbing from the tomb. So we may as well bring back something else. Others beyond the mountain. Going to the Vol tree. One-Eyes have crept into our forest. It's kind of strange saying the Shroomers don't belong here. But we can help her. Our drive was abducted. We may have met Dan at the Fortin when we first arrived, but though we have not spoken since. Body wraps like yours, the color of blood. Guard uniform. Taken our sister, but she will wither outside of our forest. Well, Sven would care about this, being a pagan and all. Dryads are sacred to Vol, and none would wish to stir his displeasure. So, we should bring her back. I don't know what Dan thinks he's doing. Now this other Dryad wants us to take her to the nearby Vol tree, which we haven't seen. Luckily I know where it is. And she will give you constant reminders if you are straying too far from it. Oh, I wish she could move a little faster. I don't know if I want to get into a pitched battle right now, though. Alright, best thing to do, swallow an entire branch of berries and hope for the best. Share the food. Yes, yes, right in the little ones. I do wonder how this Triad was going to cross the stream without us. Oh, more fairies. So it'll lead us to the blood tree. It's not an actual blood tree, it's the blood of Vol. The planet, the Earth. Now keep an eye on the Dryad. She knows some crazy magic. Uh-oh. Ow. Alright, step back, guys. Oh, please do not knock us down. Please, good Dryad. Don't. That's more like it. She knows Vine Prison. She probably knows Acorn Follower. Oh no, she knows Rolly Trap and Frog Trap. Being with her is a great way to preview the spells and magic you can leverage in this game. There goes Ursula. Don't move. I might be able to survive this. Nope, no I can't. Ah, so close. But it's not a big deal. I'll have the points soon. Oh, back up, back up. Ah, phase run of arrows. Something back here. Something is here that should not be. The elders just have gone to meet it. Something bad. Bull is not pleased. A new Voltry. Might be able to learn something interesting here. Summon spore-infested frogs that can leap in the air and land on targets. But I don't know how to cast fauna spells. On the other hand, repel Paruri. Or maybe it's Paruri-ai. Either way, the Paduri are they're witches that have a proclivity towards cursing and kidnapping children. They turn these children into what are effectively attack dogs. So it would be in our best interest to have a spell to help keep them back. "10 seconds, 3 half pulls for each for the strength of 2, which should be enough to at least distract them." No, I don't know what I'm drawing. Well, hopefully we find a way out of here. Oh, jeez. Grava I can deal with. Spiders not so much. There are so many fairies in here. I can hear myself think over the flapping of wings. Well, we've made significant progress, but stalled out trying to get through the tomb. It's a tough challenge and I was not prepared. That doesn't mean we have to continue unprepared. Either way, thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you later.